The leather cracked like gunfire in the empty basement. Muhammad Ali's fists hammered the heavy bag, each impact sending tremors through the concrete floor. Sweat flew in droplets that caught the harsh fluorescent light overhead. 2 in the morning. Madison Square Garden slept above him, but down here the greatest trained alone. The chain rattled with every combination, left jab, right cross. The bag swung heavy, soaked with the smell of old leather and fresh salt. The door opened. Ali didn't stop. Visitors at this hour meant trouble or reporters, but the footsteps made no sound. He froze mid-punch, gloves still raised, chest heaving, turned his head. A man stood 10 feet away. Black jacket. Compact frame, eyes that didn't blink. Bruce Lee. The martial artist's presence filled the basement gym like smoke, silent and unavoidable. He didn't speak, didn't bow, just watched Ali with the stillness of a knife waiting to be drawn. Ali lowered his gloves slowly. Sweat dripped from his chin onto the canvas. Neither man moved. The fluorescent lights hummed overhead, and somewhere in the distance, water dripped against stone. Then Bruce Lee smiled, and that's when Ali knew this night would change everything. Ali's lips curled upward. Bruce Lee, the man who thinks size doesn't matter. Bruce raised both palms, fingers spread. I came to watch the greatest train, not argue. The words hung in the stale basement air, an offering of peace. But Ali's boots scraped against concrete as he stepped forward. The ring beside them groaned, ropes vibrating with the shift of weight. No, you're here now, let's settle this. Can Kung Fu beat boxing? From the corner near the water cooler, Angelo Dindi lurched forward. Champ, don't. Ali's gloved hand cut through the air, silencing him without a glance. The leather was still dark with sweat, still warm from pounding the heavy bag. The fluorescent lights overhead flickered once, casting brief shadows across Bruce's unmoving face. Angelo's shoes squeaked as he stopped mid-stride. He looked at Bruce, at Ali, at the clock on the wall reading 2:17 in the morning. Foreman in 6 weeks, champ. Angelo's voice carried the weight of 1,000 training camps. You can't. Ali waved him off again, this time with finality. Bruce remained still, his jacket unbuttoned, his breathing steady. The silence stretched. Few could understand what passed between them in that moment. A question asked without words, demanding an answer that could reshape everything. Ali broke first, put on gloves, his voice cut through the stale basement air. 1 round, light contact. Bruce shook his head once, clean, final. No, sparring proves nothing. Ali's voice rose, echoing off concrete walls. Because you know you'll lose. Bruce's eyes narrowed, twin slits of obsidian catching the fluorescent glare overhead. Because sparring has rules. He stepped forward. I don't train for rules. The temperature in the room seemed to drop. Angelo shifted his weight near the ring post, sweat gleaming on his forehead despite the chill. His fingers found his wristwatch, thumb pressing the metal crown. The click was audible. Foreman in 6 weeks, champ. Ali didn't turn. His jaw tightened, the muscles beneath his temples pulsing like pistons. Bruce remained perfectly still, hands loose at his sides. 6 weeks, Angelo repeated, desperation threading through his voice. Ali's gloves hung heavy at the ends of his arms. The leather smelled like old victories and new sweat. His chest rose once, twice. Then his hands moved, not toward Bruce, but down. The gloves dropped to his sides, arms spread wide. Then hit me. Ali's gloves hung at his sides, leather dead weight against his thighs. The fluorescent lights buzzed overhead, casting harsh shadows across his sweat-slicked face. Then hit me once, Ali said. Full power, your best shot. I'll stand still like everyone says you want. Prove it. Bruce stepped closer. The concrete floor absorbed his footsteps. 2 feet separated them now. The basement air hung thick with the smell of old leather and dried sweat. If I hit you full power, I'll hurt you. Bruce's voice carried no threat, only fact. You have Foreman. Ali's laugh exploded through the silence, sharp, sudden, defiant. I've been hit by Sonny Liston. Hit me. Angelo's breathing quickened somewhere behind them. The water stain on the ceiling dripped, once, twice. Bruce's eyes held Ali's, no anger there, no pride, something else. Calculation. 1 strike, Bruce said quietly. You won't forget it. Ali's chin lifted higher, jaw tight. His arms remained loose, hands open, guard abandoned. Every muscle in his champion's body screamed invincibility. Bruce rolled his shoulders once, the movement barely registered. Where do you want me to hit you? The question landed heavier than any punch. They moved to the ring center. Ali stood squared, headgear strapped tight, gloves hanging like dead weight at his sides. Bruce remained in his black jacket, street shoes squeaking faintly against the worn canvas. The basement had gone silent. Except for water dripping somewhere behind the pipes. Each drop measured time. Bruce's eyes studied Ali's stance. His voice came out barely above a whisper. You certain? Ali's chin lifted. His shoulders rolled back, chest expanding. The fluorescent lights overhead buzzed, casting shadows that made the champion look larger than life. I'm the greatest. His teeth showed white through parted lips. Hit me. Angelo stood frozen at the ropes, one hand gripping the middle strand. His knuckles had gone pale. He didn't blink. The air smelled of old sweat and leather, decades of punishment soaked into concrete. Bruce's weight shifted almost imperceptibly to his back foot. His right hand rose slowly, fingers loose, palm facing downward. Ali's eyes tracked the movement, but his body remained statue still. Guard abandoned, throat exposed, ribs unprotected. The water dripped again. Bruce's hand hovered 6 inches from Ali's torso, and something in his expression changed, a flicker of calculation that didn't match the stillness of his body. Bruce exhaled slowly. The sound threaded through the basement silence like smoke dissolving. His weight shifted, back foot to front. The canvas beneath his sneakers compressed without sound, worn fibers accepting the redistribution of force. His hips rotated, not violent, not sudden, economical, a door opening on well-oiled hinges, no wind-up, no telegraphing. His hand drifted forward as if gravity itself had reversed, pulling it toward Ali's exposed torso. Time seemed to thicken, each second stretching like taffy under heat. The fluorescent lights overhead hummed their electrical psalm, steady and indifferent. Angelo's breath stopped somewhere behind the ropes. Ali watched. His eyes tracked the approaching hand with the confidence of a man who'd been struck by Sonny Liston's sledgehammer fists and remained standing. His jaw stayed loose, his shoulders relaxed, Bruce's fingers extended. Not a fist, open, precise. One anatomical point beneath the ribcage, right side. The liver, an organ the size of a football, unprotected by bone, rich with nerve clusters that communicated directly with the brain's panic centers. The basement held its breath. Ali's pupils dilated before Bruce's hand made contact. The strike landed, not a thud, not flesh meeting flesh, something deeper, a penetrating shock that traveled inward, bypassing skin and muscle to reach what lived beneath. Ali's body answered before his mind could process, his legs locked. Spine went rigid, every fiber seized at once. He stood frozen, eyes wide, then the pain arrived. Lightning. White-hot voltage tearing through his torso, radiating outward in waves that made his teeth clench and his breath stop. His knees buckled but didn't bend properly. His body refused commands. He folded forward, caught between standing and falling, muscles betraying him in ways no opponent had ever achieved. Bruce's hands caught him under the arms before he hit the canvas, guided him down with the same precision he'd used to strike. The worn mat pressed against Ali's knees. The fluorescent lights buzzed overhead, indifferent. Angelo's footsteps pounded across the ring. What did you?" Ali gasped, tried to speak. Nothing came. Bruce knelt beside him, one hand steady on his shoulder. Breathed through it. The basement air tasted metallic. Ali's vision blurred at the edges, sweat dripping onto the canvas, each breath shallow and desperate. And Angelo's face, looming above, showed something Ali had never seen there before. Ali curled on the canvas, each breath scraping his throat raw. The fluorescent lights buzzed overhead. Angelo knelt beside him, hand hovering over his shoulder but not touching. 30 seconds crawled past like broken glass dragging through his organs. Then, The fire receded, wave pulling back from shore. His muscles unlocked, ribs expanding without the electric scream. He pushed himself upright, palms flat on the worn canvas, sweat dripping from his chin. "What did you hit?" His voice came rough. Bruce crouched at eye level. "Your liver. One of the body's vulnerability points. I've taken liver shots before." Ali wiped his mouth with the back of his glove. "Frazier, Liston, every heavyweight in the division knows that spot. They hit to bruise." Bruce's finger traced a line along Ali's right side, precise as a surgeon. "I hit to shut down the organ. Boxing protects it with rules, weight classes, padded gloves, referees who stop the fight." Ali's jaw tightened. "You saying I exploit it without rules?" Bruce stood, extending his hand. "The professionals you fought were trying to win a match. I was showing you the difference between sport and survival." Ali gripped Bruce's hand, rising slowly. His legs held steady now. But something else had shifted, something he couldn't name yet. Bruce's eyes never left his. "There are 17 other points just like that one." That was different. Bruce knelt beside him on the canvas, water-stained and cold against Ali's palms. "I didn't hit to knock you out. I hit to shut down the organ." Ali's breathing steadied. The fluorescent lights buzzed overhead, casting harsh shadows across Bruce's face. "Show me." Bruce's eyebrows lifted slightly. "Show you what? All of it." Ali pushed himself upright, ribs still tender. "Teach me." "You have foreman in 6 weeks. I have foreman in 6 weeks." Ali's voice dropped low. "Which means I need every advantage I can steal." The next 2 weeks passed in late-night sessions. Bruce brought anatomical charts, paper crinkled and marked with red ink. His fingers traced pathways along Ali's torso. The solar plexus, kidney zones, nerve clusters beneath the jaw. Ali listened without boasting, without jokes. He asked questions, he took notes on torn gym paper. Angela watched from the corner, arms crossed, silent. On the 13th night, Bruce held up both hands, fingers spread. "You see targets now where you saw only flesh before." Ali nodded slowly, sweat dripping from his chin. His eyes held something new. Something sharp, but there's one target I haven't shown you yet." Bruce's voice went quiet. "When you'll need most against Foreman." Foreman collapsed in the 8th round. The crowd's roar still echoed across Kinshasa as Ali stepped into the humid African night, his body aching but his mind sharp. 9 months had passed since that basement in Madison Square Garden. 9 months since Bruce had shut down his liver with one strike. The fight had proven everything. 3rd round, Ali targeted Foreman's solar plexus, precisely where Bruce's red ink had marked the charts. Foreman's breathing shifted. 5th round, short hooks beneath the ribs, kidney clusters Bruce had mapped with careful fingers. Foreman's power drained. 8th round, the jaw nerve exposed when Foreman dropped his right hand. Champion again. Ali found Bruce near the dressing rooms, standing in shadow, watching without speaking. The fluorescent lights hummed overhead, just like that basement. "You showed me fighting is 3-dimensional." Ali's voice carried no swagger now. "Boxing is 2-dimensional." Bruce smiled, the first genuine one Ali had seen. "You showed me humility has no weight class." They stood there, 2 legends connected by precision and pain. No cameras, no crowds. Just mutual respect forged in a place where egos had no currency. Ali extended his hand. Bruce took it.